Kingmelifestyles. What's up? Kingthebarber here, back with another video, back with another haircut tutorial. So today's tutorial is going to be on my fade technique that I love to use. I actually done this fade technique on my last video, and I'm going to show you guys again on my steps on how I do my fade. Also, we're going to line up the beard as well. So before we get into the video, you already know what to do, guys. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Also, give the video a thumbs up if you like the content, and follow me on my Instagram page at Kingmelifestyles. So without further ado, let's just roll that intro. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So we are going to start this taper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a circular motion, kind of like a burst taper. And that's going to be my first guideline. And underneath that first guideline, I have my shaver and I have my trimmers now. And what I'm doing is I'm attacking that shaver line. And with my Andis Masters, with the blade open, which is a number 1, I'm creating another guideline and I'm following that same circular motion. Now I have my lever all the way closed, and I'm using my corner of the blade and I'm attacking that bottom line from that 0 to the 1. And I'm also raising up my lever as I go higher up on the fade. With my Rebel clipper, I have my Andis Fat Master blade on there, and what I'm doing is I have the lever all the way open and I'm creating another guideline following that same circular motion, which is going to be a number 2. I'm doing a clipper over comb to blend in from that 2 to the rest of his hair. And now what I'm doing is with the lever closed, I'm attacking that bottom line from that 1 to the 2. And then I'm also combing the hair down so I can see how the hair lays as well, so I can see the fade. And I'm also still doing the clipper over comb. And again, just using the corners of the blade so I don't create another guideline. So I'm going to detail it with the Andis Masters again with the lever closed. I start off with the lever closed, and then I open it up as I go higher on the fade. And again, I'm just using the corners so I don't create another guideline. So on the back, I'm creating my first guideline, and when I'm using my trimmers, now I have my shaver, and with the shavers, I'm going underneath that first guideline to create a shave line. And with my trimmers, I'm erasing that shave line. Now with my Andis Masters, I have the lever all the way open, and again, that's going to be a number 1. Now with the lever closed on my Andis Masters, I'm attacking that bottom line. Again, I'm using a flick motion, and I'm also using that corner of the blade because again, you don't want to create another guideline. And don't forget, make sure you stretch that skin too. Whenever you're working in tighter areas, it's very important to stretch that skin. Now with the Rebel clippers, I have the lever all the way open, and I'm creating that next guideline, and it's going to be from the 1 to the 2. Now with my clippers on my comb, I'm blending in the rest from that 2 to the rest of his hair. The reason why I like using this fade technique is because when you're doing tapers or you're doing low fades, you're working with more tighter areas. Because I'm not using a lot of guards, I'm just using basically 2 clippers to do my fades. I can keep the blend very tight, especially in those small areas. And it's also very important to use that clipper over comb as well. So now with the lever closed, I'm just attacking that bottom line, and again, I'm using that flick motion, and I'm using the corner of my blades. And also at the same time, I'm still kind of going over some areas I might have missed with the clipper over comb. And also remember that I'm also raising up my lever as well. So once I close the lever and then I flick up, I raise up the lever. Now with my saber clipper, I have the lever, start off with the lever all the way open, which is going to be the number 1 because I'm using the stretch bracket, and then I close it to fade out that. Now I have the 2 guard on the saber clippers. Now we're going to have the 1.5 guard. And so I'm just fading out that beard. Now with the 1 guard, I'm just fading out from the clipper all the way open. Again, I have the stretch bracket, so that's going to be a 1. Now with my shavers, I'm going over the lip and I'm just kind of shaving everything off. And I have my hairspray, spraying the hairline so those hairs will lay down when I go over it. And then we're going to dry it up. Now we're going to start off with the beard first. I have my trimmers. We're going to start off with the neck area first. And then we're going to work on our lineup. Now with the lineup, I like to start on the sides first before I start on the top of the head with the lineup. The reason why I like doing that is because it helps me to see the lineup more better. Because sometimes when you start off on the top of the hairline, sometimes one side would be lower and one side would be higher. And this way I can kind of frame it. So if you ever get a chance, try starting your lineups on the sides first before you start, because I know a lot of barbers, they like to start off right in the middle of the head, and it works, but for me, I always found it easier just to start off on the sides. And then what you do is once you get the sides, then you start working your way towards the middle, and again, it just helps me frame that hairline a lot easier. So on the neck, we're just going to line up the neck part. On the bottom of the neck, I'll have the blade flat, but then once I'm around the ears, I like to use those corners. So again, we're just using the corners of the blade around those ears. And get that nice circle around those ears. Now with my razor, I'm going to just tighten up those lines. All right, so now we're going to work on the top of the beard part, and what I like to do is, you didn't actually see it, but I sprayed with some hairspray. The reason why I don't like using gels, because sometimes the gel, it gets too kind of slippery, and then what happens is that sometimes you go too low when you're trying to keep that beard nice and high. His beard, I'm not going high, it's just kind of more mid, but it's more like a wet dry shave in a sense, that is a little wet but not too wet. And so here is the fade. It's all done, completed. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please give the video a thumbs up. Follow me on the gram. And until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.